So everybody wants to know how to rank a website without spending any money. Backlinking, citations, content, guest posting, all that stuff, right? Those are still relevant. Like if you've got a client site, you're a roofing company you got access to and you're doing SEO on it, you're probably going to have to do all that stuff. But truthfully, I've kind of moved away from that mostly. I still have clients like that. I'm not taking on any more like that. It's just they take more effort and, it's good money, but I like peace of mind. How about you? So the idea is, and don't get ahead of me and look ahead. I'll show you everything. Just be patient. Listen, hear me out. So you don't have to do all that crap. Let's be honest. I'm branding myself as the digital minimalist for a reason. I want to get results doing the least amount of work possible. How about you? I don't want to be dealing with nightmare clients. My philosophy has shifted to where I'll look for businesses that are on page 2, page 3, which means they have trust already, but all their signaling and their content is probably a mess. And if I just fix that, I can pretty much get them in the top 5 positions most of the time. Adding more content, in my opinion, is going to be what's going to push the site over the edge. I really don't do backlinking anymore. Only if it's necessary. I just try to stay away from it because I just don't want to be bothered with it, truthfully. So here's a site that I built. Now, this is a lead gen site. I own it, okay? The site is ranking number 1 for composite decks, and it's like number 11 for Saratoga Springs composite decks. There's other keywords, like I haven't even bothered. It's slow up there right now in New York, so it's going to be snowing on the ground. By spring, I'm sure this thing will be picking up steam, and, I'm not really too concerned. It didn't cost me any money. So let's go through the site. So this is a lead gen site. This is a friend of mine. He's a friend of mine in Saratoga, and he does a lot of work, and we're doing some work together. And the site has gotten some leads before the season slowed down. So this website is one, I own it, okay? It cost me $9 in 16 cents to buy the domain name. I put his business on it, and right now the phone number is a tracking phone number that I pay $1 a month for, and this phone number and this contact form go to me for now. I have a promotion on here to help with conversion because it's important that when you look at a project of this size, you gotta, people can see it, but if they don't take action, it's a waste of money. They're just, it's not a waste of money for me because it didn't cost me anything. Point is, you want to get conversion as best you can. So let's talk about this. The idea is now this is my page title for the homepage. I haven't matched it exactly. Not a big deal. I'll probably make some changes to that. But basically what you want to do is you want to have your homepage title match your H1 tag on your homepage. Okay? These should match. Okay? Mine don't. Not a big deal. Maybe not the best of examples. It's not a big deal. I have to go in and change some things actually. So I will make this page title the same as this H1 tag here. If we go down, this is an H2. Some basic content. Here's another H2. More content. I could put an H3. This could have been just composite decking, and I could have said Trex decking, Fiberon decking as H3s and gone down. So this is all like authoritative, well-written content. There's call to actions throughout. Wood decks or wood decking. Okay, that's an H2. In case you haven't noticed, a lot of authoritative content. I have a YouTube video. It's not mine. It's a decking YouTube video that I found that was kind of relevant. And I just embedded it because it helps index this site faster. Here's another H2 with more authoritative content. And here's another H2. A lot of content. You get the idea. Why us? More authoritative content. clients might say, "Oh my gosh, why does everybody have to scroll so much on my website?" Well, you want it to rank or not? You could do less. Now, something else that I do that a lot of people aren't doing: frequently asked questions. If you go out to building a deck on Google, see these questions. Is it hard to build your own deck? Is it cheaper to build your own deck? The idea is, over time, you could potentially rank your site, client site, in these, and this would be a link to your client site. Wouldn't that be nice? So the idea is, these are questions that people typically ask. So basically, we answer these questions. How do you price out a deck? Does a deck add value to your home? What is a good size deck? Is Trex worth the price? These are all, and this links back to the homepage. Each of these search fors will link back. This is, time. The time you're spending is all you got to do. Okay. We also have a services area with a map and Google Map embed. Now, Saratoga, it's Wilton, but we also have location pages as well. So these are other locations around Saratoga that are kind of like neighborhoods. Excuse me. Corinth is like 10 minutes from my house. So the idea is you can have a homepage with 3 services pages, an about page, a contact, and then you could have areas served and then have locations. Okay, rather than having it in my navigation bar, I just have it in here. So Google crawls the site and they see it, and then it takes you to that landing page, to that location page, if you will. All right. The only difference is the Stonegate page is identical to this, except that the map is different, and then every reference to Saratoga becomes Stonegate. That's what I've changed that. So literally, you could change this. I have a VA create landing pages, location pages for you. You can have 50 location pages and pay a VA to basically go in and say, do a video and show them how to create one, and then set up this page as a template, and then change out the reference to that city and put in the next city, and then change the map embed code out. Pretty simple. So this is how I build out any website. This is a test. Footer, pretty standard, nothing fancy, but the idea is it's simple. So you tell me, this is a clean, simple site. I now have this as a template. So if I wanted to do, fencing, or I wanted to do mold remediation, whatever it is, I just change out the content and the images, and I have a boilerplate. So like I could change out that image to be a roofing site, or, whatever. But I would say use this as a boilerplate. Every internal page, services page, is going to have its own H1 tag. It's going to have H2. So this is composite decking solutions. This is Saratoga composite decks. That's your H1. This is not an H1. Okay. So Saratoga composite decks. I don't have an H. Actually, this is an H2 here. Okay. And that's that. That's like what, 3 to 500 words right there. So I would say 1,000 words on the home page, roughly 500 words for every internal page. About page could be 500 to 1,000 words as well. Okay, which that one probably is, I don't know, maybe 500 to 600, maybe 700. And then ultimately the location pages are going to build out more, location pages, the content's the same, just the swap out is the Google Map embed and the reference to the city. People say, well, is it a big deal to have the same content across multiple pages? I've seen people with 2,500 page sites, all the same content, but it's on the same site, and it still ranks. So if you have 30, location pages, who cares? The only other thing that you could be doing that I don't have on this specific site is have a blog page, and you could literally take the FAQ. You can literally get content written for every single one of these and have 300 words for every single one of these. And what I would do is I would have a blog post, that says, how long does it take to build a deck yourself? and I would have an article written, 300-word article about that, and have it as its own page. And then I would have, interested in having somebody else do it for you, contact your local Saratoga decking company, and then Saratoga Decking Company would link back to the homepage of the site. So every single blog post has a link back to the homepage of the site to build authority. And then I would basically do blog posts, like if you're going to do 10 a month, you do one every 3 days and have it scheduled. And I have VAs now that basically do all that for me. I don't even do it anymore. I pay like $100 a month and have a VA do it, for like 3 sites or 4 sites or 10 sites or whatever it is. So guys, ladies, that's my breakdown on on-page SEO. I'm like I said, I have a training that I'm gonna be cutting that's not only gonna cover on-page, it's also gonna cover GMB optimization and citations and all the other nooks and crannies, GPS coordinates, writing content, image optimization, you name it. There's plenty of other topics that can be covered. That training, I'm trying to knock it out this week. Every week it seems to get pushed back because I have other responsibilities that I'm engaging with. But at the end of the day, I just showed you how you can rank a site to page 1 of Google with no investment. You just saw it. This site's #1 in the city of Saratoga is about 40,000 people. The surrounding area is about 70,000 people. So I'm, #1 for composite decks. And it's a $9 website. And I own it, which is even better. So guys, hopefully that answers your questions. The key is your content needs to be original. It cannot be plagiarized. You can use Copyscape. You can spend like $50 or $20 to, and then basically based on the number of word count, you can actually just check the content's original. You can use PlagScan. That's another one that I use. Just to double check, I have my VA check it for me. I don't even do it anymore. She'll go in there and she'll check to make sure the content is original before we put it on the site. And that's it. So all you got to do, I'll give you an example. Let's say Raleigh deck contractors as an example, if I was to be in this niche. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to page 2. Raleigh deck builder. I'm going to try to find somebody. Deck builders. Here's one. Wooden deck construction repair Raleigh. That might be that's not a local phone number. I'm just trying to find one. Here's one. Rhoda Construction LLC. These guys do decks in Raleigh. Their page title is not right. Their page description needs work. And this could be a website that I could literally go into. Ugh, it's ugly. I could literally, all right, here, I'll go one step further for you. I could literally go to this guy and say, hey, you're not ranking well on Google. You've got a lot of information, but your site needs updating. I tell you what, I could charge like $2,000 to rebuild your site. I'll just do it for like $750, and then I'll help you get your site ranked, and I'll do it for $1,000 a month. And if you get 10 leads and you close only one job at $8,000, you're making good money. Are you down? And that's how I would position that conversation. And then what I would do is I would have a template site like this, and I could export this entire site, and I could import it, and I would change out all the, I would re-optimize the images. I would basically, start from scratch using this template, and then replace the content with his content, right? Service pages, etc., etc. I would basically figure out how to rework this in. Now, this one is obviously a little bit more involved because he does roofing as well. The point is, if he was just doing decks, you could easily just have a templated site for that and then basically rebuild it. Or, clone it and then change out all the, you have to rewrite the content, which might take you a few hours, but then it's done. So guys, ladies, hopefully that helps you. This is how you can, think about it. You could find a deck guy, in a city, or a fencing guy, or a window installer or a flooring guy, and you find somebody who's on page 2, page 3, and you basically just do on-page SEO. And, you want to do citations. I mean, it's like, $100. I mean, you could do that stuff if you really want to. I think it's smart too, but I'm just showing you, I don't do any other content. I'm sorry, I don't do any other backlinking or anything like that. I'll do on-page SEO for a site. I'll maybe optimize the Google listing, and then I just, tweak it. I have a client site that I make $30,000 a year off of, and I literally go in there 10 minutes a month and I tweak some stuff. And I still, I make money. So hopefully it helps. This is definitely going to open up a can of worms of questions. Let me know. See you guys.